Hey StarCraft fans, this is MarineKush bringing you an awesome game today. It's going to be a replay review and we're looking at two players on Shakuras Plateau. Those players are going to be, well, it's a Slayer Sela, but I believe the replay is of SlayersGanzi actually, a popular Terran player from Korea. On the Slayers team obviously, Sela is more of the team coach, so I believe this is actually Ganzi, and his opponent is going to be the light blue Protoss. This is going to be MarineKush from the team IM, so going to be looking at this game in close air positions. Players already up to 14-15 supply. I think from now on I'm going to be doing most of my replays starting a little later. When you're casting alone, it's a bit harder to fill in some of the dead space. With doing so many games on the same maps, you know, again, it gets repetitive. So unless there's something totally unusual, I'm probably going to be start doing later. And most likely you'll see standard play if I do that. Like obviously, Ganzi going for that 12 racks here, and this gateway finishing up in the normal time as well. So we got Cybernetics Core going down for IMYongHwa. I did quickly skim through this game. It looked pretty cool. I think you guys are in for a little bit of a treat. Not quite the standard meta game, but maybe something that may become a lot more popular as time goes on. And whether it's actually viable against standard compositions, I'm not 100% sure, but we will soon find out and take a closer look at what these players are up to. So Ganzi just scouting his natural, going to be throwing down that fast expand, gasless expand here. No add-on on the barracks, so it's a bit more risky, but as you'll see, his timings are down. He's got pretty good timings down as far as protecting the front of this ramp, because you do want to watch out for that one zealot, one stalker poke. And as you see, bunker going down quite early, 345, still just this one rack. So going to be scouting a little bit here with the SV. Sees that there is no early nexus, no gate core nexus build going down for MarineKush. Just a second gateway, as well as that third in-base pylon. So if Ganzi scouts this pylon, he'll likely know that he's not up against some huge aggression. He does. I'm not sure if he actually spotted the two gas. Let's take a look. Yeah, he only spots the one gas, so I guess he does have to be considered of, you know, 4 gates, I guess, but not a lot of chrono boost saved up. Just kind of those standard timings, nothing crazy. A couple sentries coming out here now for MarineKush, and this bunker is finished as well as this orbital command. So we're going to see Ganzi take a slight economic lead. We take a look at the income right now. Although Protoss is up about 4 harvesters, with the mules, we'll see Ganzi taking a bit of a lead, as you can see right here. Warp gate about 3/4 of the way done. Going to be throwing down that nexus as soon as he has those 400 minerals. These sentries just going to hold the fort down. This one SCV about to come scout what is going on. He's going to know right away. He sees that nexus going down, and well, pretty much when you see that nexus going down around that 530 mark, you know it's going to be a sentry expand. Likely to be 2 to 3 gates. Looks like MarineKush opting only for the 2 gates at this time, but we'll have to see if he adds on anything else. Back in Ganzi's base, Tech Lab coming down on that first barracks, as well as 2 more racks and a engineering base. So even though he did see that nexus, looks like he's going to opt to get those fast upgrades. No real need for early turret as far as the DTs are concerned. Marauder as well as concussive shells, just in case we get some of that 3-gate pressure going on. But as we see, only 2 gates still. 4 pylon is down for MarineKush, so it looks like he will be gearing up to put on a little pressure at the front. And here he comes with 5 sentries and 1 stalker. 1 bunker full of marines and 4 extra marines as well. I would like to see another bunker here, just because he doesn't have that many marauders. So it can be kind of difficult if you don't pull those SCVs correctly in time. And with 5 sentries, plus 1 going down here for Ganzi, 5 sentries, they can really force field off the SCVs from repair. So I kind of think just a second bunker would be good. Here comes some pressure right here. Stalker's focusing down the bunker. Looks like it is going to come down. Just what I was saying. SCVs cannot get to the bunker in time, and this is going to be a little difficult for Ganzi. Losing a couple units there. There's some nice force fields here. Warping in a couple zealots, going to be applying a little bit more pressure. As we see, the nexus is already down, so if he can do some significant damage here, SCVs are off the line. Going to be focusing down those zealots. More force fields going down. Not too much energy left in the sentries, but it looks like these SCVs are going to join the battle, but they're trying to hold back, not taking too much damage. So many SCVs in the red. These Marauders trying to focus sentry count low for the transition into the mid-game. If you can get rid of any of those sentries, it will help a ton. This bunker is about to finish. These SCVs can go back to work, and it looks like He may do one more poke, but now that he has this many Marauders out, I don't know if he wants to continue. Here he comes up the ramp one more time. Going to see that bunker full of Marauders and going to pull back. Whew, a lot of pressure for that Terran player, Ganzi. Looks like we have a, well, robotics bay going down, so he's going to be transitioning into some Colossus, just getting out an Observer or two. Ganzi, meanwhile, going to be going for a reactored starport. +1 about to finish. Let's take a look if our Protoss player, MarineKush, is getting any upgrades. I see no forge anywhere. Just 2 gates, a robo, and so it's going to be pretty quick Colossus. Interesting if he's going to add on any more gates. Surely he must know that Terran is on at least 3 racks. Here's two more gateways right now, going up to 4 gates and a robo. Take a look at the income tab. Looks like pretty much equal in the income. A few more harvesters for MarineKush, but those mules making such a difference. That starport is ready. He's going to be doing a little scouting with that factory. Going to be producing double medevacs. Likely go for some drop play. And probably take a third while he's at it. If you see him clearing up in this high ground, he's definitely looking to take that extra base. Going to be fighting for control of this watchtower, but it looks like Protoss, MarineKush is going to be holding this middle for now. You see him turning back, his observer catching everything coming down this ramp. Looks like we have 2 stargates going down now for MarineKush, so going to be transitioning into what seems to be a Colossi Phoenix mix, which some of you may have heard is getting more popular, especially on the Korean server. That mass Phoenix to take care of those Vikings and the Colossus just to clean up that bio. So we'll have to see if Ganzi's upgrades can overpower the Gateway Force and Colossus, because obviously once once the Colossi are all cleaned up, the Phoenix can't do that much. Yeah, they can pick up a few units, but there's no use in really picking up Marauders, and especially when they're surrounded by a clump of Marines, just going to be ripping through those Phoenixes, obviously. So, a couple add-ons going down now as well. Another barracks, getting that combat shield stim is already finished. Throwing up that army, going to be going for more upgrades, likely get that +2/+2 as soon as possible. Extended thermal lance halfway done for MarineKush, so he's going to try and do a little bit of harassment with these Phoenixes while he waits to get that critical mass of Colossi, just holding everything in his main, not wanting to get dropped. He's aware of those medevacs out there. He had the observer in the base, he knows what's going on. This third is coming down, and this zealot is going to be so annoying for Ganzi. Going to be stopping this command center from going up. He's going to have to send a few units over there to clean that up. And as we see, oh my goodness, looks like a drop got intercepted by these Phoenixes. Going to have to drop there and try and make his way back, but it looks like this medevac's probably going to get sniped, and he's going to have to clear these rocks in order to get these units back with the rest of his main army. So definitely Phoenix is a good idea if you're looking to shut down medevac play, but it's definitely cutting into the gas cost of getting that higher stalker count. I mean, you can see he only has 5 stalkers and a few sentries, 2 Colossus, so not much to protect those robotics units. If Ganzi can muster up a big enough bio army, he may be able to get through if he has a nice enough concave. Still no +2/+2 coming out of these eBay. Likely this harass has prevented Ganzi from focusing on those upgrades. He's going to really want to focus on that, because still no forge down for MarineKush. Just does not have the gas. Really focusing on mass producing those Phoenixes as well as the Colossi. So both players just macroing up for now. A little bit of downtime. Who's going to take control of the middle? It looks like it's MarineKush. This base finally does go up. Going to want to turn that into a planetary fortress, but this pylon is just going to be so annoying as the game goes on. Hopefully Ganzi's able to scout that out and pick it off, because these kind of things can really put a damper in your macro, especially when you're engaged in the middle. You just warp in maybe like 3 zealots or even a DT later on if he does go for Templar. So both players kind of guarding their thirds. When you hit that mid-game mark of 15 minutes, you really need to protect your economy, because either player loses a base to a snipe, you're just going to fall so far behind. As you can see, these minerals are not much further away from being completely mined out. Maybe a little less so here in Ganzi's base, because there's just been a ton of harassment with these Phoenixes. Even with this one turret, it's just not enough. Going to have to add one more if he wants to be completely safe. He does pick off that pylon, which is good. Looks like we have +1 air weapons going down, so he's going to definitely be sticking with these Phoenixes. As we see, still pumping out 2 at a time, as well as those Colossus. And finally we have a forge going down. +1 weapons being researched for MarineKush. Typically, if you do see that kind of Stargate Colossus play, you're going to want to actually get 2 starports, just as we see Ganzi doing here. But I don't know how I feel about him moving out with only what looks to be 7 Vikings. I'd really like to see him get about 15, because these Phoenixes are going to just rip through them, and he may not be able to even get in to the Colossus, not be able to do any damage to them. So this kind of number of Vikings not really that efficient. You really want to get up to that 14-15 range where you can one-shot Colossus and obviously deal with this Phoenix army as well. So taking a look at the income, both players hovering around 65 SCVs and probes, so very close in income. Take a look at the units lost tab. Look at the workers killed. This may be the difference in the game. 22 workers killed by MarineKush. That Phoenix harassment, so efficient. For you Terran players out there, you're definitely going to want to get at least 2 turrets in each mineral line if you do see that many Phoenixes. So both players at about the 175 mark. Looks like we might see an engagement quite soon. Is up to 12 Vikings. It's a little better, but again, would like to see him max out on Vikings. Maybe get a few more Marauders as well, because as we can see, we are up to 5 Colossus, and yeah, these Marines don't really stand a chance at them. It's going to be very important how he engages this, and that we see that +3/+3 going down, but I don't think he's going to be able to wait for that. That upgrade just takes so long, almost 4 in-game minutes. Not even going to be close to done until the 21-minute mark, and I just don't know if he can hold off, because MarineKush about to max out and going to be wanting to engage soon, as his Phoenixes and Sentries almost at max energy. No ghosts out though, so it's going to be tough to EMP those energies. Here comes an engagement. Look at those Marines just getting shredded by the Colossi, not even getting any damage on these Colossi. All 5 still standing with full health. These Vikings just getting torn apart by these Phoenixes, and look, this barracks army just not able to last with 6 Colossi out in the field. It just gets shredded, and there is the GG from SlayersGanzi. I mean, look at this. 6 Colossi untouched. I don't really know what to say. I mean, the drops were shut down, so harassment was pretty much out of the question. I think you just have to really focus on that air army. It might even want to transition into 4 port with, you know, double Viking and double Banshee production, just because these are untouchable, and you can't get to them with Marines. So maybe a Thor Viking Banshee mix might work. I don't know. We'll have to see as the metagame transitions in the next few weeks. But that's going to be it for this game. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I really like that game. I'd love to see new metagame changes. I am MarineKush. Check out my site, MarineKush.com. Hit me up on Twitter @MarineKush or on the stream, justin.tv/MarineKush. Peace out, StarCraft fans.